Okay, Crystal City, you need to stop by and check out their amazing events that they're having all winter long, even despite the weather. Go to crystalcity.org if you want more details. They have wine tastings, bike rides, art shows, beer gardens, street hockey to fashion shows, and so much more. There's always something going on in Crystal City. Also, we love Pacers. We co-share a great podcast studio with them. If you're in the market for walking shoes, running shoes, or if you want to listen to an awesome podcast all about lifestyle and, of course, running and health, you can check out their Pacers Running, runpacers.com, or Pace the Nation is their podcast, so be sure to check those both out. Paul, are you ready?
I am ready, girl.
We're back. All right.
Yeah. All right. Here we go.
What's the phrase that you hear every day? Hey, phrase. What's the phrase that you hear every day? Hey, phrase. What's the phrase that you hear every day? Hey, phrase. What's the phrase that you hear?
Donna.
Tune in,
Yeah, you gotta tune in.
Sarah Fraser on the mic and she about to begin. The co-host with the most power, water looking freak. Take it from me, you should be listening.
Live from the nation's cap, pop culture at its best.
No need a second guess, separated from the rest. Entertaining nonetheless, many topics to address. Sarah, she's so glamorous, the number one hostess.
Oh, Paul Wharton.
Hey, how
Oh my
are
God,
you?
I'm so good. How are you?
Are through the roof.
Oh my God, we've already done, like, what people don't realize is we've already done an hour show just in here chatting with everybody. It's crazy.
my God.
Leslie, our intern, is here. We have a big surprise for you. We are super excited about somebody else who is in the studio.
We are excited about that.
Paul Wharton is back live. Did you have a wonderful holiday? I haven't seen you in a couple weeks. It's been amazing.
I had a fantastic holiday. What a great way to bring in the new year.
Okay, so I want to hear all about your, first of all, the big thing when we left, you were having a holiday special, because we really, we did sort of like we didn't do a show together. I was thinking after our live show, but you were gone to Cleveland to visit your grandmother.
Yes.
You were away for the holidays, and then you were very stressed because you had everything to get ready for this.
My holiday special.
Your holiday special. So how did it go?
It went amazing. It was so good. Listen, Patti LaBelle is my childhood idol, my lifelong idol. I've loved her from when I was 3 years old, and I said this at the live show. I used to flap my little, over the rainbow wings, and I didn't care what my dad said about it. So, that just goes to show,
It's like your moment, yes.
how much I loved her. And so all these many years later, to be able to host a holiday special, a Christmas special on Christmas morning with Patti LaBelle at her house.
I'm so happy for you because I know how life fulfilling this has been.
Oh, absolutely. So that morning was so special because my mom came from Delaware. And I got up early and I made a bunch of breakfast and I had everything laid out. We had mimosas and we watched it. And when I tell you we boo-hooed, we jumped up, we danced because, if you guys haven't seen it, you can check it out on YouTube. It's Home for the Holidays with Paul Wharton and Patti LaBelle.
Oh, I can? Good, because
Yeah.
I was away in Maine, so I didn't get to watch it. So
It's on Fox 5 DC's YouTube channel.
All right, awesome, great. Okay.
Yeah, check it out. But there were so many fun parts in it. She'll be talking about something, and at one point she said, I hate that I couldn't cook your crew a big meal. And I said, it's okay. And I looked down at her cookbook and I said, because I'm going to take this home and stir it up. Oh, and then we start singing her song together. Got to wake it up now when I think about tomorrow. Oh, I can't wait to stir it up. And we did it together. Then it went into the video.
Oh my God.
So much fun. And as a gay boy, to be having that moment with his mama, let me tell you something. She looked at me like I was just the one.
Well, I loved the video you put on Instagram, and it was you and your mom was kind of in the background of you, and she's like losing it more than you are. You're like promoting, like you were at Patty's house and you looked really great, and she's there in the background. It was so priceless. She's just like mouthing all her excitement.
She's having so much fun. She's like, I'm just thanking God. So yeah, so Patty's my new BFF, and I just adore her.
Paul, that's awesome.
Yes.
So are you already excited about 2018? I feel like all of your kind of hard work and New Year's resolutions. I mean, do you have any New Year's resolutions?
Well, to just follow through and just to, I tell this to the people that work with me. It's a big thing because we all get excited about the process, but really it's the finishing.
Oh,
That's
yeah,
important.
it's true. It's true, yeah.
And I my staff that I love and I adore them, but I think that there's too many celebrations.
Did they follow through?
Well, about the process and not the finish. And I'm like, we don't get paid till we finish, right? I mean,
Yeah.
you know, the process is great, but show me all that, all those beautiful colors and layouts and stuff when it's up, when it's posted, when it's done. You know, it's like us doing a show. If I just shot the show and it's sitting in the edit, that ain't no show.
Right.
You know,
Good point.
I was just fooling around with some cameras. You got to get it all the way there. So that's just it. Just staying on that path for the new year. But I'm going to tell you, can I mention something about my book?
Yes.
So you guys, you know that I have a new book coming out, Pulling It All Together, essential style advice on being beautiful, confident, and most of all, happy. So, so much
Which
fun.
you are.
Which I am.
Yeah,
especially
you are a
today,
happy person.
seeing you. I missed you.
I know, I missed you too. I've been dying to get back with you and just do a show and find out what's been going on in your life.
God.
And of course, there's like a million topics to discuss as well. But anyway, talk about your book.
So yeah, I'm going to talk about that. So the book comes out on January 16th. Check out my new site for the book, pullingitalltogether.com. We are doing a pre-order contest. So basically, you can order Pulling It All Together at Amazon.com, Target.com, Walmart.com, or BarnesandNoble.com, or any of those apps. And when you order the book, save the receipt, take a screenshot of the receipt, and email it to contest@pullingitalltogether.com to be entered into a contest to win a pair of Mervis diamond earrings, diamond stud earrings. We are giving a pair of Mervis diamond stud earrings out for people that pre-order my book.
Awesome promotion.
Yeah.
Okay, so pre-order, and then all we do is we send a copy of the receipt to, what's the email address?
contest@pullingitalltogether.com. And if you just look on paulwhartonstyle.com or pullingitalltogether.com, you'll be able to see. And also it'll be on my Instagram, Paul Wharton Style.
Love it. Well, Paul, this is already turned out to be an amazing year.
I'm so excited.
I bet. Well, you guys, we're back from our holidays. I was up in Maine. I had a great time with my family.
That was an extended vacation, wasn't it?
Yeah, I was gone like almost 2 weeks, I think. We went to Detroit. Dan and I went to Detroit to see his family first. Then we went to Maine for a few days, and so we were up there. And it was great. And I did post on my Twitter, the only thing that was terrible was I was asked about 1,000,000 times when I'm having a kid or getting married.
I saw that. Is that really true? People ask you that?
Yes, people ask you anymore? Like, what?
Well, someone just asked me that here at Pacers today. Are you single? And I'm like, who blabbed? Well, you know my answer. I don't care if I'm dating anybody or not. Like, well, why? What do you have in mind? I mean, set the scene.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Give me the details. Yeah.
Right.
No, they ask me all the time, Dan's family, my family, and I'm just like, ugh. I can't figure out if people, this is what I'm trying to figure out. And so maybe people, you guys listening, and Paul, you have great life advice. Is it like a nervous habit? Like, is it a way to break the ice? Because when I posted that on my Twitter, I was just like, ugh, I feel like I need to start a support group for people that get asked this question of when are you getting married? So is it a way that people break the ice, or do you feel like people are very uncomfortable when you are with somebody for a long period of time and you're not married? Like, because I think people are very uncomfortable when you go outside the box.
Well, I think people in rural areas ask those kind of questions more. I mean,
that's probably true.
No, but
yeah,
really,
that's true.
because I think people in the city, it's kind of like, you do what you do. If you want to be in a relationship, or you want to get engaged, or you want to have a kid, you do that. But there's a little bit of everything here.
Right.
But when you get out in the country, like where you're from, all you really do is you go through life and you find a partner, and then you build a life together, and then you wait until you're old like your mom and get a divorce.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
She does, and she loves being divorced. I'm like, then why are you constantly asking me to get married? You're divorced, you love it, you would never get remarried, you have no interest in dating anybody. Why are you pushing me to get married?
Well, was your former stepdad around? I wanted to ask you that. Did he come around?
We saw him. So we saw him because all the grandkids get together and they go bowling, because my stepfather owned, well, he's not my stepfather anymore, but he owns.
So that just stops, huh?
That just stops. Yeah, I guess
that goes away with the divorce. Wow. Okay.
So this guy named Andy that my mom used to be married to, he still owns a bowling center in Maine. So the kids all get together on the holidays and go bowl together, because they grew up together, so they're very close. But he's super civil. I mean, they are like really good friends. That my mom and Andy, they just get along well. They still go to dinner. It's just weird.
Now, I'm not an expert in rural matters, but it sounds like if your father owns the bowling alley, you're just shit. I mean, I'm sorry. It's like, I don't know. Bowling, everything.
Yeah, everything bowling.
Oh my God. What's the name of it?
Oh my God, you're gonna ask. Spare Time.
Ooh, Ooh.
Spare time bowling.
Catchy.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, y'all are the
Bowling
shit
center.
up there. Okay.
So they all got
Now I
together.
see.
But it was a great holiday. My family was good, thank God. I'm sure yours was healthy and safe. And but I did have a friend, and I wanted to know if you think this is tacky or if you think this is like really financially savvy. And then we have to get to some topics because there's so much shit happening in the world. And we have a big person surprise for you. Ooh. I can't wait for this woman to be back on. But anyway, okay, so I have a friend. She has a 3-year-old son. We get together, you know, when I'm up in Maine. She's from Maine in the holidays. And so she does this thing with when she gives her son a gift. He just turned 3 because his birthday is in the summertime, right? So she'll give him gifts at his birthday. And she's been doing this since he was born.
Okay.
And then he'll find like one toy that he really likes, right? So he'll start playing with that. And when he's distracted, the gifts that he opened, she will take and hide, rewrap them, and give them to him again at Christmas because he's too young to remember what gifts he got. Do you think that is tacky and cheap? Or do you think that's like...
Or the start of really early onset dementia. I mean, it's like, wait a minute.
Do you think that's bad parenting or smart?
I think that kid knows something is up. I mean, that's kind of crazy.
I'm trying to think, but do you remember when you were 3 years old? Like, would you have remembered if you got a gift or not? Like, I can't.
No, but I do remember some of my early toys. There are some toys that I remember.
Well, she lets him keep some.
Okay.
But then hides some and just rewraps them. And she's going to do that until he goes, oh, wait, didn't you buy this for me for my birthday? And then she's going to stop.
Well, the interesting thing is, as he gets a little older, because Patty has a granddaughter about that age, and she said in my holiday special that if she gets 2 gifts, she has to give one away. When you've been blessed, pass it on. Pass it on, everybody. We'll get together and sing. Oh, sorry, if you don't know Patty, you're not going to know what the fuck I'm talking about.
Is that Patty's song?
Yeah,
I was going to ask you.
So we were talking about that, then we go into that song. It's great, fantastic, special.
My
but
God, it must
the
be nice to
point
be Patty
is,
LaBelle's grandkid.
oh my God. But the thing is, I think it's important if there's a lesson there. So if she taught her kid, listen, yeah, you're not crazy. You did have another toy there, if he asked. But because you like the other one so much, I gave the other one to somebody that was in need. And then she can just take it back to Kmart and get her money back.
You have to like have a sneaky way of doing it. Oh my God.
Yeah.
I love that. When she told me that, I'm just like, God, is this really genius? Or it kind of made sense to me. But then I was like, I don't think I'd ever have the heart.
That's a lot of trickery. And then that kid's going to become, you know, a trickster.
Yes.
And a liar.
Would
when
you
he gets
be...
a little bit older.
Well, then I feel like I think of all the lies that my parents told me. Like my parents used to tell me that like a dragonfly, if you swore as a kid, like dragonflies would sew your mouth shut. So wait, did your parents ever tell you this?
No.
What? You guys are all traumatized. Yes. My mom always told me that. So when we were outside and we would see dragonflies, we were terrified.
Wow.
Did your parents not fuck with you like that? My parents used to fuck with me like that all the time.
No.
Yes, they would always do that. And then I'm always still deathly afraid of Ouija boards because my mom truly believes that is like a connection to a devil. So
Isn't it though? That's what I've always heard.
I don't think it doesn't work.
They don't really work?
No,
Okay.
they don't work. I feel like it's so crazy. Like I don't know. In 2018, one of my New Year's resolutions is to stop paying psychics.
Sure.
Like that's like one of my New Year's resolutions. What's your New Year's resolution? Stop fucking giving my money to bad psychics and other
Does the stuff ever work out? Does it happen? The things that they say?
No, like by like happenstance. Like I was talking to another friend and she's like, yeah. Because I was telling her like how I no longer believe in psychics, and she's like, that's ridiculous because a psychic predicted that my husband and I would be together. And I was like, okay, what happened? She's like, I went to this woman when I was really low, and she told me that my man was tall with dark hair, and I already knew him. And it was like, I'm like, oh my God, and she like, I know. I'm like, that isn't a fucking prediction.
Yeah.
Like, it just is like a coincidence. Anyway, and she like knew the guy from, I don't know, 10 years ago or something.
Well, that reminds me of my uncle, you know, because the spirit would tell him what to tell me, you know, and he would say certain things. And then many years later, I went back to him. I said, you know, none of that shit you ever told me came true. Like,
okay, yeah, exactly. What's his deal? He
you gotta
supposedly
keep good notes when you're dealing with a psychic. That's the only thing I say to my friends. I have a great friend in New York. She's a really good friend of mine. She's been going to the same psychic for 15 years. And every year, the psychic tells her that she's going to meet the man of her dreams. And every year, me and that bitch are each other's Valentine's Day date. I mean, you know what I mean? It's just like... And she's like, you know what you need to do? You need to go to Carol. I'm like, fuck Carol. Carol don't know shit. You know what I mean? To get all my hopes up. Whitening my teeth.
I agree. It's so ridiculous. Anyway, well, you can always weigh in on any of the topics that we talk about. It's Paul Wharton Style at yahoo.com. It's Sarah at heyfrase.com. Do you have any tricks that you play on your kids like that? I mean, the gifting thing, I was like, wow. Yeah, is that going to psychologically scar them? I don't know.
Isn't that something?
Do you want the listener email, like the incredible listener email that's going to make you potentially cry? And I feel like we need to do something so special for this woman. Do you want this now or at the end of the show?
Oh, well, maybe we should share that with our special guest that's here. So we'll do it at the end of the show?
Okay, we'll do it at the end of the show. Let's do some topics because there's tons going on. Obviously, everybody in the internet was going wild yesterday with YouTube star Logan Paul, who went into a forest in Japan that is known as Suicide Forest, ends up filming a hanging dead body.
Terrible.
And the craziest part is, post this video. Like, this wasn't live. That's what killed me about this. It wasn't live. Did you see it?
He didn't even edit his laughter out. I thought that was outrageous. I mean, just the way he responded to that. And I know the human body is weird and we can do certain things, like I know I've had like a laughing fit at a funeral just out of pure distress. But I didn't have a chance to edit what I was doing. And I mean, I just feel like you shouldn't have put that out.
The video, which was initially posted and was seen by over 16 million people, was titled, "We Saw a Dead Body in the Japanese Suicide Forest." And it featured Logan Paul, and several other of his friends in the group that ventured off the trail. They happened upon an apparent suicide victim hanging from a tree. Paul and company then decide to venture closer to the body, filming their reactions along the way. And the video shows several close-ups of the victims' bodies, and the face is blurred. That's the craziest part to me, right? So they knew enough to blur the face of this person, but then they still post it. Paul warns viewers that the video is graphic and remarks a couple of times throughout the video that suicide is never okay. He even gives a suicide prevention number at one point.
Well, I really didn't like how the friends were even playing the camera. Did you see that? How they were positioning themselves within the camera shot? Like, they literally would look at the camera and like, okay, no, I need to be to the left a little bit. So they all like fit into the camera shot.
So here's the deal. Okay, he's obviously come out and apologized. He got an incredible amount of backlash, right? And he's done a couple of apologies. This is the latest one.
Darren, going up late.
Oh, hold on. We got like multiple things playing, which always I do.
I'm simply here to apologize.
Okay, this is
What we
him.
came across that day in the woods was obviously unplanned, and the reactions you saw on tape were raw. They were unfiltered.
You believe that?
None of us knew how to react or how to feel. I should have never posted the video. I should have put the cameras down and stopped recording what we were going through. There's a lot of things I should have done differently, but I didn't. And for that, from the bottom of my heart, I am sorry.
All right, goes on for like
Okay.
another minute.
I want
What do
to
you think?
apologize to the internet.
Well, I'm all about love and
apologize
forgiveness.
to
I can't say that and then pull it back in certain instances.
Certain
I mean,
people.
he didn't kill anyone. I mean, I know it was dumb. It's really stupid. It doesn't have very much compassion. But, I mean, the kid made a mistake.
You think this hurts his brand at all? I mean, he makes millions of dollars. He makes something like $7.7 million a
Oh,
year.
fuck him. No, I take all that shit back. I'm boycotting his ass.
Yeah, he does. He just bought a $6.6 million Calabasas home
You've got to be kidding
in
me.
California. No, off YouTube. He vlogs every single day.
Off of YouTube? Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
What does he have to, what does one have to do to get some? I mean, is he fucking on there?
You know
What is happening?
Hey, okay, so Leslie, our intern, has an incredible YouTube following, right? She's Puerto Rican. She has a very diverse audience, and she's kind of a YouTuber herself. Leslie, okay, get on the microphone really quick. Tell us, by the way, what is your YouTube name? Where can people follow you?
Leslie Oquendo.
Leslie Oquendo. So Leslie Oquendo, you've obviously been in the YouTube game for a while. You know
Yeah.
who Logan Paul is.
Yeah, of course.
All right, so what's your take? Do you believe him or you think this is BS?
I don't know. I think this is BS.
You do?
I mean, you gotta know what's your motive behind videos, and when you're uploading them to YouTube, you gotta know what's your motive. For example, I tend to make people laugh, motivate people, but my motive is not getting views as much, So I think his motive is basically getting views. So I think because he said it in that article, he said that maybe he was
Too caught up in getting views.
Yeah, and also he said that in the history of YouTube, that hasn't been, like, nobody has ever encountered something like that. So I think that's just views he wanted to get. And I think he's getting more views by the hour because, of course, everybody's talking about this.
And I think you
So
have a
how
good
do you
point.
monetize it? Through sponsors or
Commercials. So like
Commercials,
you put
okay.
it up, and then what's the deal after you get like You have to have more than 1,000 subscribers, and then what?
Yeah, you have to have an ad account as well, and also you can do partnership with people, and you can promote their stuff in your video, and also you can put commercials on your videos.
So I'm just wondering, can sponsors actually pull out from him, or is it through YouTube? Where if you get that many hits?
I mean, you can do it personally, and you can also do it through YouTube.
Got it.
Basically, like if you do a promotion personally, you say, hey, I'm going to talk about your business and whatever you do, and you're going to pay me this much. A lot of people are going to watch your video. This is how much people are following me. And basically, like this is the amount of people that are going to be watching your commercial.
I try to watch his videos because, my niece is 11, so young kids are really, really into him. And I'm just like, I just don't understand the fascination. Because
he like throws his hat up and catches on his head and he ever goes, ooh, like that?
Yeah. Does he?
Shit like that? Like he throws the hat up and he's like,
he does a lot of stuff. Also with Lele Pons, I don't know if you know her, but he does a lot of skits and stuff like that, vlogs, and
Okay, Paul, we need to get our audience to be 11.
Yeah.
Thanks, Leslie. Also in other pop culture news, so Hoda Kotb is the official co-host now of Today's Show.
I love it.
I saw this yesterday. I was very excited too because
I so enjoy her.
I think it's the first time, right, in TV morning news for like a magazine style show that two women are just co-hosting.
Well, Hoda and Kathy Lee, but you mean for that time?
Yeah, for the time slot. You know what I mean? Like that early morning, 7 a.m.
That early
news.
morning?
Yes.
Okay. I think it's fantastic.
I do too. I was very excited, but I don't watch Today's Show. Do you?
I mean, women rule the morning shows for the most part.
Well, they do now, but I don't think they traditionally have.
You don't think so?
I mean, I think their characters have, but I don't think a network has ever said, hey, look, these two women are the anchors of this. Like they've always, my understanding of a TV magazine style show that you have like on CBS, ABC, like Good Morning America, Today's Show, is they always want to make it look like a family, right? So you have a mom, you have a dad, you've got Savannah's the mom, Matt Lauer's the dad, and then you got the crazy aunts and uncles like Al Roker and I don't know who else was on. I don't even know the one. I've never even watched them.
I'm thinking of more like the whole landscape of talk shows, like morning shows before 12 noon. I mean, now you're hard pressed to be a man and get on one of those shows. You got The Talk, all women. The Real, all women. The View, all women. Of course, you've got Wendy Williams. You've got Live with Kelly. Now she has Ryan. But, she runs that by herself a lot.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that's a good point. That's actually really good.
I mean, there's a lot of women's running things.
That's I want Matt Lauer and Charlie Rose and all those guys to get together and start like a show.
Oh, my God.
The View equivalent.
Has anybody heard from Matt Lauer?
The Assault.
The Assault. Oh, my God.
I'm telling you.
Reach around
don't you have people at TV
give each other reach arounds?
Yeah, exactly. Just like, who else could be on it?
Whose hand
Mark
is that?
Halperin. Yeah, they'd be great together.
Oh, my God.
They can just talk about all these uncomfortable topics about women.
Maybe so.
I think they'd be great. Yeah.
So you've kind of come full circle. This is a new you in 2018. Okay, we don't have to get into it, but it's okay.
Do you make any resolutions, by the way? Do you have any?
Resolutions. Didn't we already talk about that?
Well, we did, but I never got to hear. You just said basically like, look, you essentially said my life is so fucking good already. I don't even have to do it.
No, I didn't say that. I said no such thing. You know what? Okay, well, I'll get into one other thing that I'm coming to some kind of resolution.
We'll come back to the Hoda Kotb. Well, here, you know what? I'll tell you about the Hoda Kotb because I want to know that, and then we'll get into resolution stuff. So Hoda, anyway, accepts this job. She's very, very happy, but here's the deal. She's going to be making $18 million less than Matt Lauer, okay? Matt Lauer was making $20 million. Savannah and Hoda will be paid the same, $7 million each, but they're
not...
That's
only $12 million less. I mean, not that, come say, come saw, but...
Well, wait. But, okay, Savannah makes 7, Hoda makes 7, but Matt himself used to make 20. So, okay, 7 minus 20.
13.
13. Okay. Oh, yeah, you're right. So she's going to be making $13 million less than Matt. You think that's crazy? What do you...
Well, it's almost like people, even where we work, if somebody that's been there forever gets fired, the new guy that comes in doesn't get what the old guy got. Whether it's a woman or a man, you got to work your way up to that. Even
though Hoda Kotb has been there for years and years, and she's now taking on more responsibility. She did get a pay raise. But
they paid Megyn Kelly today $17 million, right?
Yeah.
And Hoda's been there forever.
I know. I thought that I kind of thought it was disappointing.
And let me tell you how much Hoda is such a good person. When I did the Today Show 2 years ago, and I walked in there, Hoda was getting her makeup done in the same place that like all of the guests got their makeup. Like, you would think that.
That's amazing.
You know what I mean?
No, she didn't have
She
her
was
own
like,
room.
can someone iron my dress? Oh, it's so wrinkly. I mean, she was like running around with this little wrinkled piece of dress. And he's like, oh, my eyes, I need. But she was so sweet with that big smile. Oh, my God, she's fantastic.
I've always heard that she's super, super genuine.
And since she's had her baby, I mean, since she
Yeah.
adopted her daughter Haley, I mean, her life has just gotten better and better. So I wish her all the best. In no time, she'll be making $20 million because she's worth it.
She is really worth it. She's so good. I think so too. A couple of other big things too. Are you at all concerned that our president, just in the past 24 hours, has been tweeting that essentially his nuclear weapon button is bigger than Kim Jong Un's? Is anyone else concerned that we are definitely
I'm
headed for
telling you,
nuclear
they
war?
should have kept Omarosa over there. She's the only one that could have controlled him.
Really?
I hate to be right about these things.
You think?
I do. I mean, I think that she can talk that shit with him and convince him that he's right about certain things, but to not do these kind of crazy things. Because if you think about it, in the last week or so, I'm not saying that the whole world's going to fall apart because Omarosa's not there anymore, but this motherfucker is coming unhinged.
I mean, coming unhinged. I agree.
I look out my window.
I'm just like, oh my God.
I go up to the roof of my building and I look down and I see the White House right there. And I'm just like, ugh, don't start no shit. I can't get out of here. I mean, you know what I mean?
Well, wait, that's what I wonder too. Okay, this is a really dumb question, but I need someone to bring up a map of the world. So if Kim Jong-un launches this nuclear weapon, now everybody goes, oh, don't worry, we have all this anti-missile technology that's going to shoot it down, which of course it never works when you need it to. So that will not work. So does the nuclear bomb hit us, or is it closer to LA and it hits the West Coast? That's what I want to know.
Oh, I mean, I think if it came all that way, it could probably come a few more miles and come and get us right.
I don't know.
Don't you think?
You've got the map of the world, right? I think North Korea is closer to the California coast, right? So they blow up like San Francisco.
I mean, does that make it any better?
No. Well, no, but just it gives us more time. That was all I was thinking. It's like,
Hey, you
does
know
it
that
give us
ding
more
dong, you
time?
hear that jet smarter shit? Look,
Yeah, right. Does it give
I'm on
us-
the first private plane out of here.
Oh my God, he's so crazy. I was just
He's
like,
crazy.
what the hell is what is the plan?
Living in D.C., I don't know. I mean, does it make you nervous sometimes?
Yeah, it does. I really actually wanted to start this show with how do you prepare? Like, is there a nuclear preparedness kit that you can have? Because the thing is, obviously, I know if you're at the epicenter, right? Okay, if we're at ground zero of this, we're not living, right?
Right.
And then if you're, I think, like 10 or 15 miles out, then you're getting cancer. You're dying a couple years later. Okay.
Okay.
Then I think if you're like 100 or 200 miles out, I think you can still kind of live. It's just that everything is sort of gone around you. So I'm just wondering, like, I don't know, do you need just like
I think
water?
this is even more room for me to move to Cleveland. More reason why I should move to Cleveland. Do you know what I mean?
Great.
Because nobody's bombing Cleveland.
No one is. Yeah, I know.
No.
I feel the same. I want to move to Maine.
It's
yeah.
a safe space. Oh yeah, you're
I
definitely
agree.
safe there.
Except for the crazy bomb cyclone storm that's about ready to hit us. Have you heard this?
Tell me.
Okay, so the bomb cyclone storm is getting ready to hit the East Coast. Paul, this is going to affect you too. Are you getting ready for this?
Come on, what?
Unforgiving cold, of course, has punished the Northeast, third of the United States for the past 10 days, but the most severe winter weather yet is happening this week. A monster storm will hammer the East Coast from North Florida to Maine with ice and snow. By Thursday, the exploding storm will in many ways resemble a winter hurricane, battering easternmost New England with potentially damaging winds in addition to blinding snow. Blizzard warnings have been issued for the Virginia Tidewater and eastern Massachusetts and Maine areas.
Oh my God.
I know, I'm worried to death about my family. I'm like, oh my God, are they prepared? What are they doing? Everyone
That's
up there, though, is
scary.
kind of prepared, but
Now I heard it was just going to graze D.C. though, right?
I think it is just going to graze us. Yeah, I think we'll be okay. So we'll see. My mom's kind of inland, so hopefully it'll be fun.
It might be fun for a little snowstorm.
What? Like going up there or here?
No, here, just to have a little snow. You know, play in the snow.
I'm so over it. I really am. This weather is crazy.
Why couldn't we work from L.A.?
We're going to. I'm
we're closer to the
manifesting.
bomb?
I'm speaking it into existence.
I think we should move to
2018
Cleveland.
in
We'd
LA.
be big in Cleveland.
2018 in LA.
We could probably run that whole town.
Really?
Yeah,
Could we have Chloe on and LeBron?
sure.
And-
Gabrielle Union.
Okay, great. And Dave Chappelle doesn't live far. He's in
He
Ohio.
doesn't live far.
Well, I mean, Cleveland is in Ohio, so but I don't know what part of.
He's in a little town, I think near Columbus.
Oh my God, that would be great. We could just try to interview every celebrity in Ohio, and we could just get in your BMW and drive the state with our own little Zoom recorder.
We might need a Range Rover for that state. I mean, because the snow. You know, the snow.
Okay, we need a Range Rover endorsement. Do you work for Range Rover?
No, really, call us.
Yeah, seriously, for real.
We're not
For real.
picky. We'll take a 4x4 Kia. Whatever.
Yeah, that's true. Do you work for Ford? Yeah, whoever.
we'll take it.
We'll take
Yeah,
it.
no.
Okay, email us, sarah@heyfrase.com, paulwardenstyle@yahoo.com. There's also a list out. I thought this was really good because many people, of course, are trying to set a new sort of pattern for themselves in 2018. This is what your daily routine should look like according to science. Paul, we kind of already know yours. You know, you go to bed at night with lotions and potions and your hair wrapped.
Yes.
And how many times a day do you brush
Put
your
my
teeth?
essential oils on. I'll brush my teeth probably 3. Yeah, 3 or 4.
3 times a day?
Well, you
4
got to
a
do it in the
day?
morning. And then don't you want to brush your teeth when you go to the gym after the gym? I just like to
No,
be
I
super
don't.
fresh. And then I always brush if I go to dinner. So then
Before
that's
dinner?
the third. Before dinner.
What?
See, you're always talking to the same man all. You know, I got to keep my options open. I got to be ready at any moment, okay? It could strike.
Holy God, how
Yeah.
many times a day do you go home, or do you keep this toothbrush with you?
Well, you know, I have a permanent locker at my gym at Equinox, so that's
Okay.
good. So I have why are you all laughing at me? You all should see them over here. They are
Because
like,
you're like the best, like subtle name dropper. Like you just really are. You're like the big.
I'm trying to get some subsidy money in on this motherfucker. At Equinox, if you're listening, holler at me.
Have you heard of the term brag planing? Have you ever heard that?
No, do not put that shit on me. Now these people are gonna think I'm doing that. You know what? I'm not telling you shit anymore. Now you know what? I'm gonna fix your ass. You tell all your damn business and see how you like
You're
it.
kind of like, you have this subtle, you really aren't though, because you have a big heart. This is why I can make fun of you about this. But you kind of have that, like, people that almost like brag, complain. You're like, oh, I was at Equinox and there was, it was just like $400 a month. And there wasn't enough room for me on the free weights.
Well,
So,
that's not an issue because I only go once a month. I mean, okay, so
we're driving in Cleveland. I have a BMW, but you know, a Range would be better. It's like you brag, complain.
you know what? I mean, to me, I'm just stating the facts. You know, I'm sorry, I'm just stating the facts. But
I stay at the Ritz, but you know, it's not easy. Sometimes they try to put me on ground level.
this is too much. You know what? I'm
You're my
really seeing
favorite.
another side of you.
We're doing a drinking game. Every time Paul Bragg complains, we are boozing.
Oh my God! Let's talk about Dan. Let's just change the subject and talk about
What
that.
do you want to know? I'll tell you everything. What
Yeah,
happened?
tell me something about your life.
Let's see. We had a good Christmas. He got me a great Christmas gift. He
What
got
did he
me
get you?
Well, this is super narcissistic. He got me the Diva ring light. Have you? And that's not what you
Oh,
put in
yeah,
your
yeah, yeah,
vagina.
yeah.
It's like
Yeah,
the
yeah.
Diva ring. It's so it makes you look younger and
Yeah.
like illuminates your eyes and all this stuff.
Oh, I love it.
He got me that. I only got him underwear. I got him MeUndies, which he wanted, which is this like crazy underwear.
Me
brand.
undies. Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
I got him that. Let's see. I took him to the doctor today. Is that embarrassing that I went in with
I think
his
it's
doctor?
very sweet.
Thank you.
I think it's very sweet.
And I want, because he doesn't ask any questions to his doctor. Like
Mm-hmm.
he's gone in the past. I'm like, did you tell them about your family history? Mm-hmm. Yeah, I told them some of it. No, some of it isn't. You have to tell them all of the details.
Mm-hmm.
So I took him to, what else? What else do you want to know?
Well, you know, that whole time that you all were up in Maine, did you sleep in the same room as your
We
family?
did, yeah. But my niece is
Do you
so...
have sex in that house?
Yeah, we have a couple times. We did this trip too, but
Okay.
oh God, he'll
When
be like
everybody's out?
super mortified. Yeah.
Yeah, tell it.
Because he'll be super embarrassed and he's so modest but he doesn't listen. We've banned him from the show because a new episode popped up on his phone when I was there and I was
Yeah.
like, oh, you can hit delete. And he was like, okay. So he didn't listen.
That's good.
Yeah, he was good. But my 11-year-old niece doesn't know any boundaries. Like she doesn't really knock. She just like, she does a little, but
She
just,
knows.
Yeah,
she knows exactly what she's doing.
I'm in here. And then she
Right.
just like comes in. So we don't, yeah.
She's trying to get to the bottom of things. I already know. We were all 11 once.
Yeah. And then I had like a herpy on my lip because I was really stressed, so he wouldn't make out with me.
We are sitting very close in this room. I'm sorry. I'm not in a relationship yet. I cannot get fucking herpes. I'm sorry. We're gonna have to. How many minutes have you been rolling? I'm gonna need you to get some vowel checks, and I'm gonna have to see you next Wednesday.
I just like to give you a hard time. Okay, here's what your daily routine is supposed to look like, okay? How about this, Paul? Would you ever consider this? I'll give you 5, but the list is really, really good. Would you ever skip the shower? If you showered yesterday, you probably shouldn't shower today. No problem. I keep up my end for this show. A growing body of evidence suggests that showering too much can mess with your skin and dry out your hair. Paul, you believe that?
I do believe that, but I'm willing to take my chances.
How about this? Would you ever brew a cup of coffee and then wait an hour to have it? They say it's actually healthier for your body to take an hour, wake up naturally, get your cortisol levels peak, and then have your cup of coffee.
I agree with that. I have hot water first and lemon. Is that too much bragging for you?
No.
I have a hot liquid in a yellow substance.
I love that.
Since you don't like specifics.
I give too many specifics. It's really bad.
Yeah, then the coffee comes after that.
Oh, I agree with you. I like that one too. I love the hot water too. Hit the track in the morning. Research suggests that an early morning workout on an empty stomach helps speed weight loss and boost energy levels. Do you do that? That's really good, but I usually have to eat something.
Yeah.
Also, they say fuel up. If you normally eat breakfast, there are 3 key ingredients that you should have: protein, fiber, and healthy fats. You probably do that anyway, right?
Yeah, for the most part. I mean, I'm on this smoothie thing right now.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
They also say sit properly. This is what your daily routine should look like. Oh, my God, I'm leaning over right now. Thousands of Americans work in jobs that afford them the privilege of sitting for the majority of the day. If you're one of them, you probably also know that being on your rear all day comes with some health concerns, including sore muscles, strained eyes, and poor circulation. So you need to sit up straight, put those shoulders back, and you need to be getting up every 20 minutes. No one can get up every 20 minutes. Can you?
I kind of like those treadmill desks,
Oh, those
that people
are
have.
so great. And then they also say take or watch your mid-afternoon caffeine intake is number 5 on the list, and you can get the full one. There's like 10 more. But anyway, so that's kind of what your routine should look like.
Okay.
And so speaking of, because we didn't really get into this, we sort of talked about New Year's, but do you make any resolutions?
Just to be a better person.
I know.
Just to really decide whatever I think it's going to take to make myself happy.
Yeah.
I hate to sound narcissistic, but it's just me. Do you know what I mean? Like, you have to think about you and Dan and what your family thinks about when you're going to get married and if you're going to have kids and if you're going to do eggs and freeze all that shit and all that.
I'm not freezing them.
You know what I mean? I don't have to think about all that. I'm thinking about, listen, I am not one of those people that's going to wait around for Mr. Right to come along. Any day now, he can be walking into my life. Listen, I'm moving on regardless. If he comes, he comes. If he doesn't, he doesn't. I'm still going to have fun.
Yes.
So I think this year I'm thinking about where do I really want to lay down roots just for the long term. For the long term. Do you know?
What are you thinking, though? I feel like I don't see you in D.C.
No, I'm going to always be in D.C. because I make money in D.C. and I have a good life here. But
okay,
I can
that's
be
good.
here and see, I believe in living in several places. I really do. Now, this is going to go into this bragga shit, but
No, I'm just
go with me.
I love your life. I want to be living your life too. That's why
No,
we're
I mean,
friends.
you can live it as long as you gotta
pay
be
for it?
stressed up. You're stressed out first of the month. Oh, fuck. No, but I really am seriously considering having a forever home in Cleveland.
Oh, that sounds amazing.
I really am. That over the years, I will make just the way I want it, and I'll work on my yard, and I'll work on my, and there's a house that I'm trying to get right now, but, we're negotiating.
So you're okay. So this is the house that you're going into that you could potentially make like a bed and breakfast. Like you could live in Cleveland part of the time,
Yeah.
but you could also make it a business.
When I want to make it a show, I think I told you I had that meeting with the guy.
Yes.
And I did get a development deal on 2 shows, and this would be one of them. And it's kind of incorporating all of these fun Hollywood chicks that I know into the redesign of the house.
So you guys would fix up the house,
Yeah.
but you'd also be kind of interviewing them.
Well, the first leg of it would be just fixing up the house, to use the house as a source of good for the community. So I would use this big ass house to open it as a design house, to have a big gala, to raise money, and then I would give the money back to the community.
Okay, I could so see this happening.
Yeah.
This is a perfect show for you.
And then outside of that, I would want to use the house when we're not shooting for retreats, to have people there, lifestyle rejuvenation, come and get yourself back together, because there's the main house, which has a lot of rooms. I don't want to brag because you're on my ass about that. I can't wait for the emails. If anybody sends me a bad email, fuck off now. Do not say shit to me.
They won't.
All
Oh
right.
my God. Well, this is great. Okay.
But
That would be
isn't it scary
amazing.
to do that without a partner, though? This is what I'm saying.
No, why do you feel that way? Because you've been on your own for so long. You make your own money. You're great at doing that. You're great at the hustle. You're great at,
Right, but
you're
let
so
me
talented.
ask you this. Let me ask you this. What if I wake up in the middle of the night and I'm fucking scared? Which I pride myself on not being, because everybody in my family, well, my mom and her, people that are older than her, they're afraid of these old houses, the big old houses.
Oh, sure. Okay, yeah.
They're afraid like there's ghosts. And I'm not really afraid of that. There may be ghosts, but I'm not, as long as they're not
please.
like shaking me and all that shit,
Yeah, you'll be fine.
I'm good.
Yeah.
But I'm wondering.
We'll just sage the place. That gets rid of them. They hate sage.
They hate sage?
Yeah, of course. That's why haven't you ever heard of these people that come in, they sage
No, I have
your
sage
home?
in my house.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It just cleanses the energy, gets rid of the
Okay.
ghosts. They can't stand the Stella
I love
stage.
it. Would
yeah.
you come and visit?
Of course. Are you kidding? Do a podcast.
Yeah.
And, if there was any background, I would investigate your house. And if there was a true crime there, I would also do a podcast.
No, but it's like a famous house. You know what? I'm going to give
What?
it to you.
Yes,
I'm
you
going
can
to
make
give
a
it to you off
podcast.
of this. And I'm wondering, maybe next week you can come back with a full report.
Yes. Okay, seriously.
Like a little mini report on the house. Let me know if anybody got killed there.
I will. Honestly,
you?
now I know all these investigators. Yeah. That's all they do is dig up stuff on people
Oh, I
and
love
things.
it.
And
But
let
what do
me
you
know.
think about it being like the home of my brand? As I'm moving forward into my older age, my more of the lifestyle brand.
Oh, I completely see you as
see
like
that?
the Paula Deen. Yes. I mean, you are like going to be the black Paula Deen in male version.
Fat
No.
with diabetes and lumpy ankles. What the fuck? You know what? Every time I like you, you say some shit that really makes me just.
She's okay. Wait, come back. She's worth like $30 million.
Yeah.
Okay, so now envision that.
Before the fallout. But actually, she's one of the people. I mean, before she had that whole. Collapse.
Yeah.
But she's one of the people. I really like Paula Deen. I think I've told the story
Yes,
before.
you have told this story.
How she did my holiday special 2 years in a row when I really needed a celebrity to do it.
Yeah, that was amazing.
And she knew it was me. It wasn't blind. So she knew, like, she was doing it for the gay black guy. So she's not all that bad.
I agree. Paul, I think you should do it.
You think I should?
Because you're like Chip and Joanna Gaines. Do you ever watch Fixer Upper?
Yes.
Okay, that is you. They are amazing. You are the new Fixer Upper. Cleveland will be your base, and from that you could do like a store. You can continue to do books. You can
Yes.
have your, home decor
I think it makes a lot
lines.
of sense.
I do too. I think, yeah.
Listen, can you all tell me what you think and comment on our Facebook post or email me directly, because I'm really thinking about this major life-changing moment.
Yeah, and then I'm going to do a bus tour from here to Cleveland and bring all of our listeners on
Let
the
me
bus.
tell you, that house is so fucking big they can all stay there. And it's got a guest house, too.
Oh my God. Yes, we
Yeah.
got to do this.
Yeah.
I think that's great.
But I got to renovate it, so we all need to come and, like,
Like, do we have to do the? We're going to be
We gotta
stripping
do
the
the work.
wallpaper.
Exactly.
Oh, okay.
I love it.
Well, locally, all right, a couple more stories, then we'll get our special guest on. Locally, we do this show out of DC, but we have listeners from all over. I just got an email from an Australian family who's coming here. They listen as a family to our podcast. That's a scary thought. But anyhow, in Arlington, Virginia, firefighters this week say it was just a public service call. No big deal. They don't deserve any extra credit when they responded to a resident who had a ring stuck around his penis and was taken to Virginia Hospital Center around 10:45 p.m.
A cock ring?
No, this is not a cock ring. This is a ring, like a ring that you'd have on like a man's ring that was around the man's genitals. The ring was causing extreme swelling and pain. Medical
How do you
personnel.
get his dick in a ring?
Well, I'm assuming, okay, so obviously I have a small ring, but you know how some men do have like big
Not that
thumbs? You don't think there's
Not big enough.
You don't think there's any rings out
Nope.
there that you wear in your hands that could be?
Nope, not me. Not any part of it.
this
I mean, I could barely pee through the ring.
This guy apparently had a traditional ring. They don't say if it was a woman's ring or a men's ring, but medical personnel were able to get it off on their own.
Oh.
The jewelry was removed and the patient was, quote, in good condition.
Oh.
It's nothing, said Captain Ben O'Brien. Our rescuers have tools for getting body parts out of machinery and other things. We were well equipped.
So let me find out that your dick is like a mouse. You know how they don't have any... I didn't think you could squeeze it out like that.
I don't know. I mean,
Horrified by this story.
you must have like a tiny, tiny penis. And maybe you were just drunk.
And I think all that constriction, makes it even harder, Like it literally makes... that's what a cock ring's for.
Yeah. But this wasn't that. This
You
was
ever used
some
a cock ring?
jewelry. Yes,
Dan ever used a cock ring?
absolutely. No, he
Oh,
hasn't.
the older guy did?
Yeah.
Yeah,
That
okay.
guy was into everything. He was like, that's the thing I love about older men. They're like down for whatever. He was completely like, oh yeah, bring it,
Yeah,
whatever.
we don't talk about sex much anymore, but I do want to know. No, we really don't. We kind of moved. I don't think
thought at
so.
our live show, didn't we talk a lot about sex?
Oh, yeah. Yeah,
It was
you
like
gotta
a
come to the
raunchy live show.
But let me ask you something.
Yeah, ask
So
away.
people that use cock rings, and I'm the gay guy asking the straight girl about cock rings, so it just goes to show I've spent too much time thinking about old fixer-up houses. You know what I mean? I'm like, I really want to decorate this house. I don't know about cock rings, but tell me, can you come? Like, does it make you come faster, or is it like Viagra where you're just hard?
More like Viagra.
Okay, you're just hard, but nobody's
Yeah.
really coming other
Right.
than the woman or the person being penetrated.
But I think it's like, but it's like reduced Viagra. You know what I'm
Okay.
saying? Like it might help a little bit, but it's not going to like slow down the process that much. You know what I'm saying? Like Viagra, I don't think I've ever had, I do think I actually had sex with an older guy who I think was taking Viagra, who claimed he wasn't, but I
Yeah.
don't believe him. So and that guy could never complete.
Yeah.
So the cock ring, can just sort of like keep things longer, harder, but not by that much. You know what I mean?
Sure.
Yeah.
I do know. Interesting. Thanks
You
for that
gotta
lesson.
stop looking at paint samples.
more you know.
And get back in the sheets.
Right. Sitting in that old ass, cold ass motherfucking house by myself.
Okay, look, we're excited about this little announcement. So we gave. Okay, first of all, I feel really bad actually about this. I feel like I gave her really terrible advice.
Okay. I always
Horrible
told her,
advice. Yeah, you did tell her from the start. You were like, "Don't waste
You're
your
making a
time."
mistake.
So you guys all remember our intern AJ, who was incredible, and then we started having her on the show doing pop culture. Like AJ would do the kind of pop culture report because she wants to be on air. She's been on air before in radio. Then she gets this offer for a radio station in Southern Virginia, and we were like, "Yes."
Maryland, right?
No, well,
Oh.
sure we can say Maryland. Yeah, why
Oh,
not? Why not?
shit.
Absolutely. Because we're about to trash him hardcore. So yeah, absolutely Maryland. Yeah.
Rewind.
Yeah, definitely
Actually, it
Maryland.
wasn't it WXXN?
Yep, it was. So she gets this job offer, right? And I'm like, take it. This is awesome. And the job was for her to be on air, an on-air personality, right? This is amazing. I'm like, this is it. Go like learn the radio gig, get your confidence on air, get your confidence behind the microphone, come back. Paul and I would love to have you on the show. We'd love to figure out a show for you, blah, blah, blah. So I'm thinking this would be like in another year from now. So AJ gets the job. Before you even went down there, so you're back. Just get on the microphone. We're so
Back
excited.
like I never left.
They always come back, don't they, Sarah?
They always come back.
They always
Come
come
on,
back.
baby. Come on.
Come on back.
Leave the light on for you.
That's right.
So what was the deal? Okay, I was like all for you. I was like, this is amazing. And then was it
Yes.
like a week or 2 weeks before you went, or 2 days?
Yeah, like
And
2 days.
They contact you to tell you, because you were very excited. You put it out on social media.
Right. I waited till the day before. I just released it like, hey guys, introducing a new show. It's going to be great. And I immediately get a call within 2 minutes. You need to take everything down. Nobody knows about this new job. Nobody knows about it. You have to take it down immediately. And I'm like, okay, this is a little strange. It's the day before. Like, how does nobody know? So going into it a week later, they never let go the person that I was replacing.
Can you believe
another
this?
red flag. So I get there and they tell me I can train with the person.
This, by the way, is such a typical fucking radio move. Okay, I've been in radio most of my career, right? That
Right.
was like where I started. A total of like 8 or 9 years, right? And this is so radio because this happened to me too. It was like when I was younger and naive and didn't know what I was doing, they were like, hey, you're gonna be the morning co-host for these 2 old dudes on this classic rock show. I was like, great. And so, in radio, you need a contract, right? I was like, okay, cool. So you're going to get my contract. Of course. Yeah. Don't worry about it. And then like one day, same thing. Like I had this woman come in and she basically was auditioning for my job, but they never like told me that. It's the worst fucking business. So when you told me that, I was like, oh shit, this is so radio.
So typical.
But you probably thought they were going to follow through, though, and give her the gig.
Right, well, I thought they were going to give me the gig. But
No.
then
I
they
mean,
weren't.
like when you heard her say it?
Until she told me, when she told me this story about how they wanted her to take down the social media post, and then they essentially were setting AJ up and saying, hey, look, you're going to go in, and the night woman that you're going to replace, we're going to have her train you. I'm like, and the night woman doesn't know. I'm like, oh, this is
Right.
so
She had no
radio.
idea. And I'm totally not that person. I have no malicious bone in my body. So I'm looking at them like, you seriously think I'm going to do this behind her back? I just thought it was so wrong. Of course, my parents were like, get out of there now. So I tell them, I'm going to try this out for one more month. 2 months down the road, I give them my 2 weeks because I've had enough. And I'm like, you know what? I'm not growing at this place. And they immediately were like, oh my God, how could you do this? Why would you ever want to leave? Let me tell you what our actual plan was. And they told me, you know, we actually had a plan for you, but
So did you ever get on
Sayonara.
the show as a co-host?
the plan was I was going to have my own night show.
Okay.
I was going to be the personality at night from 7 to 11. And so the plan they had was we were actually going to move up the lady to a higher time, and she was going to co-host with somebody, and you were going to take the night spot. So we weren't going to let anybody go. And I looked at them like they were crazy. And I said, if you had let me know the plan, we would have been great. But there's all this secrecy involved, and that's not a good work environment. I also heard that everybody talked badly about each other. I mean, everybody would give me the dirt, like, don't you hate that person? That person
Wow.
sucks. They're so unprofessional. And I'm like, if you guys talk about each other like that and you've worked together for so long, you must be talking badly
yeah.
about me. And then I was talking to one of the assistant managers, and he's like, oh God, you have no idea. I mean, they talk so much shit about you. And I'm like, wait, what? Wait, what?
You are
Yeah.
wonderful.
Thank you, Paul.
You really are.
No, they were like, who is this young girl coming in here thinking that she can just own everything? And who is she? And I'm like, I have not talked bad about like, I went in there being so kind. Nobody even knew that I was.
Okay, so were they training you for sales? Because that
Yes.
was the other thing. So what was your training in sales? Did you ever make a sale, or what was
So
the
they
deal?
Yeah, we want to know.
So we're doing our own interview.
Specifically,
Right.
how many sales did you actually close?
So
Be
somebody
specific.
actually gave me their account, so it looked good. But I will say this. We wiped mascara on Sarah's face now.
I don't know why whatever, fuck it.
Oh, this is too much. Okay.
But we had a Christmas party, and I had to work promotions for it. So I was getting computer. I got a computer touch screen. I got tickets. That was what I was really good at. I would just walk into a place and they would hand me stuff.
But you would be doing
But I made no
trade.
sales.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
You didn't
okay.
ever
I did a
get
lot of
check?
trade. Right,
No,
I got
we don't
maybe
need
one
trade.
measly check, and it was like the biggest day of my life. I made a
Sarah and I
sale.
just look at each
How
other.
much was the measly check?
You don't want to know?
Write it down. I do want to know.
I'll show you the figure on this piece of paper right here.
No figures too high, no figures
Well,
too low.
listen. Right.
Look.
A check is a check. We're so happy to have you back.
Thank you, Paul. Thank you.
You are going to be amazing, and we got to figure out what we're going to do.
We
with her.
really do.
Because we have the dream team right now. Leslie is Leslie can film anything. She's incredible. She's been doing all our videos that you see of us that are going up weekly. Now we've got you back. I don't know. I mean, I think we need to do like a segment with you. Or you
Sarah,
need
did
to
you
do,
ever know
like-
you'd be surrounded by such culture?
No.
I mean, it's just
You're the minority.
I am a minority. Yes, this is what the future will be. I'm the white minority. Why are you looking at me like that? You look really evil. Like you're going to.
Have you seen yourself?
No, do I have like
Yes, you do. Please, somebody show her what she looks like.
It's really not that bad. It's really not that bad.
My mascara is like dying. Oh, it's like way down here. My fucking
Oh my
mascara is
God! I
all
want
over
to
my
hear
face.
from that viewer.
Okay, all right. Are you guys ready to get your tissues out?
Oh my gosh.
I don't even know. And seriously, we have to think of like what we're all going to do to help this woman. Okay. Hi, Sarah and Paul. Longtime listener, love you and Paul together. I was diagnosed with breast cancer the day after Thanksgiving. You guys have kept me sane and laughing throughout this process. This was extremely shocking for me. I'm a healthy person with no family history, but cancer does not discriminate. I'm also the head of the household in our house with my mother and 15-year-old sister. This is hard. This is hard, really hard, but I'm fighting because there is no other way. Thank you for the podcast, energy, and the love. I just had a mastectomy in my left breast, and I will start chemo mid-January. My birthday is January 18th. 28th, and it will be my dream for Paul to help me choose a wig and style me, and for you, Sarah, to shave my hair when it's time. I have chosen to thrive, to take life day by day, to enjoy every single thing in life. I know I'll lose my hair, my eyebrows, my eyelashes, and my breast will take time to reconstruct. Cancer is ripping away my exterior, but it will not take my soul, my dreams, or who I am. I'm here to fight. Because I love life and I'm not ready to go yet, God has a beautiful plan for me, and I will go through this right next to him. God has already healed me, and I'm just going to make the best out of this. Would be my dream to make this happen with Paul and you. Thank you so much. We'll love you always, Natalie. Oh my God. I was like, I could just cry now. So I just wanted to read this to you and say, first of all, of course, I know you have such a great heart. You will absolutely help her pick out a wig. I will totally shave her head, although I don't know how, if you want me handling the razor, or the clippers, but we'll figure it out. What are we going to do for Natalie? I'm like, Natalie, I just wrote her back last night. I was like, yes, we will help you.
Absolutely.
We'll do whatever it takes. But I feel like we need something special for Natalie. And you're really good at that. Like, we need a surprise.
Well, then,
Granted, she listens.
First
but
of all, thank you for sharing. Thank you for sharing.
I know. I was like, oh my God.
Thank you so much for sharing. That puts so much into perspective for us. Luckily, you called the right queen. Because have I got a wig for you, girl? No, really. I have friends that make the best wigs known to man.
Can we help her out? I really think
get it.
We should just like do something for her for a day, whatever it is. And you know,
Absolutely.
And this is my thing. I haven't heard back from Natalie, so I don't want to do anything to overstep, because some people, everybody goes through their cancer battle differently. Like my mom, when my mom had breast cancer, she's been 3 years cancer free, but she really didn't want any of like the pink ribbon. She didn't want to really identify.
Mm-hmm.
I think she'd be okay with it now. But at the time, she didn't really want to identify as someone who had breast cancer.
Okay.
She just wanted to like have cancer, get through it. So I don't want to overstep any boundaries with Natalie. But like, I know, first of all, financially it's scary, and just like your time, like cooking and all this stuff. And she's head of household. So I also thought maybe if Natalie was cool with it, we could even see like if listeners wanted to pitch in some money, we could get her like a $500 gift card.
Absolutely.
For food, or, do some meal deliveries or something.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
I think that all sounds great, and whatever is going to make her feel better,
I agree.
We can do, because we have resources, and more than that, people listening to us at home, you're saying you don't want to overstep the bounds, but these people know our lives. I mean, we share, and that's really the point of this. Because the point of this for us is really to connect with the people, and this reaffirms to me that we're on the right path.
Right.
That somebody feels that they can ask us to share in something that's so intimate and so personal. Well, I think they asked the two right people, because I definitely want to help.
So we are going to, like I said, I wrote Natalie back last night. We will definitely help you, of course. And I know that's the thing is like our listeners are so giving and so engaged. So I want to see too if there's something else we can do for Natalie, because I'm sure it's so scary as the head of the household supporting her mom, her sister, to go through this. It's like, what am I going to do money wise, all that stuff. So more to come. I know you guys will be very, very invested in that. And I was so blown away too. I was like, oh my God, I'm so touched that someone would want to share that with us, because it's not an easy journey.
I'm floored, and I'm humbled, and I'm very grateful that she felt she could do that, and she did contact the two right people, because we care, and we want to be a part of her healing.
Absolutely. So more to come on Natalie. You guys, that is the show for today.
And Natalie can move to Cleveland with me.
Natalie, come back.
The healing house.
Oh my God. And we need to play one last thing. Okay, so Paul and I've got a lot of stuff going on. As always, you can check out heyfrase.com, paulwhartonstyle.com if you want more details, because we are doing the diamond earring giveaway with your book. So if you want more details on that. Also, if you haven't listened to the Mansion Murders, there was a new episode that came out while we were away. There's a restraining order that's come out. This case is turning out to be wild.
It's not against you, is it? Okay, as long as you're good.
Not yet, but if you haven't listened to the Mansion Murders, it's my first venture into true crime. It's a really tragic story, but now there's also some very bizarre, dark details coming out about the Savopoulos family. Okay. Their family members were murdered, but now the granddaughter has a restraining order against the grandfather, and it's sexual in nature, which is really disturbing. I know. But you also have, because as the book just going from one topic to another.
One to the next.
Highs and the lows, guys. But you, with your book, I love this. You just had Teddy Beats, who does our theme song.
Yeah. So, my book needed its own song because when Jennifer Lewis was here, she has her own rap for her song. So I'm like, well, shit, my book needs a song. So that's what we came up with.
This is amazing.
See if we get you in the mood.
This is Teddy Beats' voice.
Here we go.
He got the look, he wrote a book. Paul Warden, he'll get you hooked. Beauty tips and life advice. How to eat right and be feeling nice. Strong woman,
Strong mind.
the inner goddess.
You will find.
Iconic homes, celebrity faces, TV shows,
And exotic places.
He's there for you if you need to feel better. Paul is here, pulling it all together.
He's there for you if you need to feel better. Paul is here, pull it all together. He's there for you if you need to feel better. Paul is here, pulling it all together. He's there for you if you need to feel better. Paul is here, pulling it all together. Yeah, Paul is here. Don't fear, don't fear, don't fear. Yeah. You like that little breakdown?
I love it. Oh my God. You're so fucking
Right?
good. I love this. Teddy Beats
Paul's
is the
here,
man.
pulling it all together. Love it.
I mean, it'll take me a year to learn the lyrics, but it sounds so good.
Welcome back, AJ.
Welcome back, AJ.
We love you.
We love
Buy
you.
my book. Get iced out from Mervis.
You guys.
See you next week, guys.
See you next week.
Bye.